Elkhart, Kansas. A town of 1,800 people, a place where everyone knows everyone, and where trust isn't just a value, it's a currency. And in 2023, that currency collapsed. This is the story of how a respected small-town bank CEO, someone locals saw at church, at football games, at community fundraisers, managed to destroy a 96-year-old bank in just 8 weeks, all because he thought he found a shortcut to easy money. A shortcut that turned out to be a trap. And no one saw it coming. According to federal court documents in the Federal Reserve's Inspector General report, Shan Hanes, CEO of Heartland Tri-State Bank, began wiring millions of dollars out of the bank starting in May 2023. Not for business, not for customers, but for what he believed was a secret, high-yield cryptocurrency investment. A classic pig butchering scam, the kind law enforcement warns about constantly. Except this time, the victim wasn't a lonely retiree or a new trader on an app. It was the CEO of a federally regulated bank. Over 8 chaotic weeks, Hanes moved money from customer accounts, a local church, a community investment club, and finally, the bank's own reserves, totaling $47.1 million, backed by federal indictments and verified transfers. Federal regulators say the bank didn't just lose money, it lost all ability to function. By July 2023, Heartland Tri-State was insolvent. The FDIC shut the doors. Shareholders, mostly locals, lost everything. But here's where the story takes an even stranger turn. Because as the FBI pieced together the case, they noticed something odd. Why did a lifelong banker, someone trained to spot fraud, fall for a scam this obvious? Why did wire transfers continue without internal checks stopping him? And why did no one at the bank question $47 million disappearing in a town where entire businesses operate on handshake trust? The official reports answer some questions, but not all. Some employees told investigators they were afraid to challenge Hanes. Board members admitted they trusted him too much. Regulators say he held dominant management authority. In other words, one man could move millions unchecked. And then there's the conspiracy angle, the part that gets whispered about in town cafes and online forums. Some people believe Hanes wasn't acting alone. That maybe he wasn't just tricked. Maybe he was helping someone. Now, to be clear, there is no official evidence supporting this. But the circumstances, millions flowing to unknown crypto wallets, vanishing instantly, with no clear scammer identified, have kept the rumor mill alive. So what actually happened? And what does the evidence tell us? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more investigation videos. Let's pull back the curtain and walk through the full, documented timeline built from federal indictments, the 2024 Federal Reserve Inspector General Report, FBI recovery statements, and court transcripts from Hanes' guilty plea and sentencing. How the collapse actually happened. Early 2023, The Hook. Federal filings show that Hanes was approached online by individuals posing as crypto investors. They promised impossible returns. They pressured him to act quickly. They fed him screenshots of fake balances, classic pig butchering tactics. May 2023, the first transfers. According to the Inspector General, Hanes secretly wired the first major transfers out of the bank without approval, without documentation, and without customer knowledge. No one stopped him. June 2023, the spiral. The scammers told him the funds were locked and needed more money to release. A classic move. He doubled down. Then tripled down. Court documents show he started using church funds, investment club money, and eventually the bank's own cash reserves to unlock the investment. Early July 2023, the point of no return. More than $47 million was gone. Every transfer was documented by federal investigators. Regulators noticed. The bank's finances no longer made sense. The walls were closing in. July 28, 2023, the collapse. The FDIC stepped in and closed Heartland Tri-State Bank. For Elkhart, it was like a natural disaster: instant shock, instant loss, no preparation. Depositors were protected by FDIC insurance. But shareholders, regular townspeople who invested their savings, lost everything overnight. 2024, the reckoning. The FBI traced some of the stolen money through crypto exchanges and managed to recover around $8 million, a small fraction, but enough to help some victims. Hanes pleaded guilty in federal court. He admitted to the embezzlement. He admitted he'd been scammed. He admitted he hid it. In August 2024, he was sentenced to 293 months in federal prison, just over 24 years. The town of Elkhart is still recovering. This isn't just a story about one man's mistake. It's a story about how modern scams are evolving faster than the systems meant to stop them. A rural community bank, something people trusted for generations, was destroyed not by hackers, not by a recession, but by a scam that usually appears in random text messages on people's phones. And it shows something uncomfortable. Even the people in charge. Even the people who seem confident, educated, responsible. Even they can fall for a scam that promises too much, too fast. Heartland Tri-State Bank collapsed in 8 weeks. But the trust it once held? That will take years to rebuild. If you're enjoying this investigation, subscribe to my channel. More business documentaries and exposés are on the way.